Try to make this real quick because I don't do live on here. This is exactly why I'm not on camera right now. I find it boring and annoying. I hate this app. But I did want to talk about something. Some cool people out there, and they deserve to hear this real quick. So, just recently, I saw, and this is going to be audio only. If you can't read in the title, this is audio only. I don't go on camera. The reason I'm doing this because I think it needs to be said because this could one day affect me, myself, or my kid, and I can't have that. So let me tell you what I mean here. Keke Palmer has had a long history, long tour history. I don't like her. I don't like her as an actress. I think she can't act. I don't like the way she looks. I think she's unattractive. I don't like the way she sounds. I hate her voice. Her voice is annoying. I just despise this broad, and I never knew why I despised this. It's like the first time I ever seen her, I just did not like her. She reminds me of the typical cliche of being a Keisha. And a lot of y'all don't know what I mean by being a Keisha, right? Keisha is somebody that's loud, always fighting, always into somebody, always calling men out of their name, always rambunctious, always talking about, very anti any other race of women. A Keisha. You understand what I'm saying? And these women are very, very, very dangerous. Usually what I find comes along with them is a whole bunch of bickering, arguing, fighting, beefing, you know, the usual. Now, these same women would jump online and they would try to act like they're your mama. That's pretty much their whole thing. They try to be replacement mamas for everybody in society while sitting back doing some of the most atrocious things you could think of. This in particular, Keisha, that I like to refer to as Keke Palmer, doesn't have a lot of talent. I don't really, outside of her being a black female, I think that's the only support that really she gets. I never hear anybody outside of the black female scope talk about. She just did a movie not just recently about how to rob or how to steal. It was some terrible. Hold on, I'll look up the title for it. It's a terrible title though. It's like how to rob, how to steal, how to do something. But the bigger question is here. The bigger question is here is this. Now I've seen Keke Palmer two times, and I'll get to the movie she's in because the movie title and the movie itself is embarrassing. I tried to watch like 15 minutes of it. I had to trust it. I had to chuck it. I was like, this is terrible. The bigger part of this question is, and like I said, this is audio only. I'm not going to be on camera. I don't waste my time with it. I really don't want, I just really wanted to get this out because I see something here and I want to make sure that this is noted. Evidently, it's okay for black women and white men to date, but it is not all right for a black man and a white woman or any other woman to date. Now, evidently, these rules have been put in place by, you ready for it? Black women and white men. Now, I've seen this several times now. Well, as soon as a white man gets with a black woman or a black woman gets with a white man, we stand up and we applaud it. Somehow she's been saved. Somehow she's been helped. Somehow she's now in a better place. Somehow now that white man came to her to spare. What's the other trope they use? She couldn't find anybody to fit her. And then I have these little clever little poems up there. Y'all heard them before. She was hurt. She was bound. She couldn't find her way. And then he came along and saved her. The real epiphany of nothing. And I started looking at this a little bit more and more and more and more in the case of this girl, Keke Palmer. And the thing was about it was, this dude that she's dating now is a YouTuber. See, a lot of people don't know that. The dude that she proclaimed yesterday is actually a YouTuber. You understand? Now, I don't know if she's really dating him or what, because she came to one of the award ceremonies and she had an old white dude with her one time and she said, "This is my sugar daddy here," or something like that. We never knew the dude's name. We never saw him again, or what the case may be. And me personally, I don't care. I'm not interested in Keke Palmer. I don't find her attractive. I don't think she's cute. I don't think she's talented. And she has the most annoying freaking voice I've ever heard in my life. She sounds like one of those little chicks that you pass by going to the store, whatever, you're like, oh crap, here go this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't pay attention to a Keke Palmer. Well, the problem I have is Keke Palmer keeps trying to throw up white men and black men's faces, and in this term is Sean Evans. Sean Evans, if many of y'all don't know, is a YouTuber. And I just want to read this to you real quick so you get an example of what I'm talking about here, because I think it's kind of corny that she would even point it out. Now, if you look at Sean Evans, the first thing you'll quickly see is this is not really an astute white man. This is like a white dude that, like, really, white women don't even want. You know what I'm saying? Like, white women don't even want this dude. And he's balding. I'm balding, but I'm growing my hair back. But you know what I'm saying? I can't say too much, but I know if I walk into a room and like, you would see the difference automatically. This dude is not an attractive dude. His name is Sean Evans or whatever. Just like the old white man that she brought to the award ceremony to make everybody mad. It seems like to me Keke Palmer gets off on teasing black men because that's really in her heart of hearts what she wants, and they don't want her. Now I'm gonna tell you why they don't want this Keisha, as that's what she is. And I'm gonna read this real quick. Keke Palmer and Sean Evans have been spotted on a date following a viral flirty Hot Ones interview. But are they actually dating? When did Keke Palmer split from Darius Jackson? Um, how now Darius Jackson, if y'all don't know, that was her ex-boyfriend or whatever the case may be. He found some things wrong with her as well. Keke Palmer and Sean Evans have been a couple that fans have been rooting for since their flirty Hot Ones interview. But are Keke and Sean dating? It wasn't until the most recent Hot Ones back in 2025 that the pair shared a quick kiss to see if there was a spark. And Sean admitted he had had a crush on Keke. Ever since, I bet he did. Ever since they both built an initial interview by doing lots of content with each other. However, the pair was spotted on what seems to be a romantic date, and the actress has given fans the first insight into their dynamic. When asked about their relationship with the host, Keke said, "Oh, we're talking about this. First of all, I love Sean Evans. I love Sean. Hey, Sean, that's my guy." She continued, "We hanging out. You don't know what could arise from there. We're just taking it day by day, one wing at a time, so to speak." Now I'm thinking about this and I'm saying to myself, there's several articles about this. I don't even know if you want to call a fucking F list actress. This ain't even A, B, or C. This is an F rate actress. You understand what I'm saying? Like this, and she's not very cute. As you see by the picture I put in there, she's not a very cute girl. She's got bumps all over. When you move all that makeup, she's got bumps all over her face. She's got scar tissue. She's not very cute. She's cute in like a hood chick, glamour up real quick and put in front of a camera type of way. You understand what I'm saying? There's several of these girls that are out here that are like that. I think Lizzo was one of them chicks. Lizzo is not attractive. I don't care if I could tell her. You understand what I'm saying? There's 15 or 20 other black girls out here that are stars. Actually, when you remove their makeup, they are not attractive women. I'm sorry. In any few, and there's some white ones like that, and there's some Latin ones like that, but we focus on the black ones right now. There's something to be gained by what I just read right now. And if you're a man of color, you don't get it or whatever, you don't get it. I want to make this very quick. I don't do these. I don't need your cash app. You can keep that shit, whatever. For any hating ass black person that's over here flagging the post or whatever you're doing or whatever mental illness you're suffering from early in the morning. Because there's a lot of boys, a lot of homosexual boys that be online here. They get off on following me every time I go live. You know what I'm saying? Hey, girl. Anyway, Keke Palmer seems to be having a trend here that I'm seeing a lot more of on and on and on. Like I said, I'm just speaking up for this because I can imagine what it would be like for my kid to date a couple years from now. Because there seems to be this thing, and I want you to understand what I'm talking about. When I read that article right there, you notice it didn't say anything about race. That's for one. Number two, not only did it not say anything about race, but it also didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about race. It didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about race. It didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about race. It didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about race. It didn't say anything about gender. It didn't say anything about race. It didn't say anything about gender. 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 but it almost encouraged their dating. It marked their dating as being what you could call spotlighted. It marked their dating as they're the next it couple. There's a couple tropes in there you should really pay attention to. But if you put the shoe on the other foot, and let's take a black man dating a white woman, all of a sudden from that point on, there's a whole bunch of scrutiny from black American women. Oh, he's probably going to try to beat her. Oh, he's going to probably try to do her wrong. Girl, you better get away from him. I know he ain't no good. Da 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 da. Da. And I'm like, and this is from women that look like your sister. These are women that look like your cousin. These are from women that look like your auntie or whatever, whatever. And they're all automatically, the first thing they have is they have a discrepancy with you and say that you are nothing. That'll be, he ain't no good. He ain't shit. He ain't doing nothing. Da 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 da. But this man is a YouTuber. This man's a YouTuber. And he ain't got no history behind him. Say, I'm a YouTuber too, but I got a history behind me. You understand what I'm saying? I worked around the music industry for years. This man is just a YouTuber. And that's all he is. And we're supposed to sit back and hold in high regard this man that evidently every now and then pops up on shows or whatever. But there's a deeper, deeper secret behind all of it. There is a lust that can't be ignored anymore that should to be shared between, and it goes all the way back to the plantation days, between black women and white men. I do believe that that is their one and go to. Now, just to back me up on this, let me make y'all understand what I'm saying here. Whenever you get a situation, this is for anybody that's not black or Latino that won't understand this. Whenever you get somebody that is any other race and they're dating a man of color, meaning black man or Latin man now it seems, because it happens over there too. But evidently, when you date and you're a black man or you're a Latin man and you're like me, you look like me, right? There's a scrutiny that comes with that. Oh, he didn't want to take any of the sisters. Oh, porque tú quieres la blanquita. You know, either way it go. And you're just stuck there because you're like, okay, you're going to get chastised by the whites. You're going to get chastised by the blacks, both male and female. If you are a black or, tú sabes, para la gente latino, la grito, dating a white woman or fairly complected woman. But not so much so when you're the way around like Keke Palmer. No, you get articles, you get applauded, you get invited to events. You got people speculating on what the future your romance could be, and blah 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 blah. And who do I attribute it to? I've attributed to the hatred that both of these motherfuckers that of a certain ilk both have in niggas. That's what I attribute it to. See, I'm a firm believer that black women at the majority, I'm talking about black American women. This doesn't exist so much so for Caribbean women. Caribbean women might be mean to you, but in African women, they might be mean to you, but they're not going to necessarily go run and rush to go get a white man. This is specifically in European black women and American black women. I find this a lot. European black women and American black women seem to ride the whole steer of a white man anytime and chance they get. Any chance they get, they're going to make sure they do it. Now, let me give you an example. Black women at a majority, I'll say maybe 60%. You can go check this for yourself. Find any article where you can comment online at a social media app and you see a black dude and he's with a white girl. I want you to look under the comments, and the comments you'll find is, oh, he couldn't do no better than that. What's going on, Lady Sparkle? He couldn't do any better than that. That's all he could find. Blah, 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 blah. She don't look like nothing. Oh, look at her. He left her because the sisters didn't want him. He ain't attractive enough for us. Blah, 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 blah. And they'll keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on with it. You understand what I'm saying? And there'll be tons of black girls and sometimes black dudes too with their sugarfoot ass up under the comments. You understand what I'm saying? And they'll be up under the comments and they'll just be dissing the black. We're going to call Umar. That seems to be the new one. Somebody go get Umar. Fuck Umar. We gonna go get Umar Johnson. Who the fuck is he? The overlord of the fucking black Americans or some shit like that? Like we gotta go to him. He's part of the council or something. Who's the secret council? They got a secret council who you can date. They got a secret council in black culture who you can talk to. They got a secret culture in black and like it's like fucking confusing at this point. But it's just like, to me, there seems to be obviously some type of disdain when you're a black dude and you're dating someone that's light skinned, Latina, or you're dating someone that's white or other than a black female, but not that same scrutiny put when you're a black, when you're a white woman dating whoever you want to date. It is, matter of fact, applauded and held up high in the air. And I'm noticing this also with white dudes. A lot of white men go online all day long. You know, there's white dudes, and I know this from living in my state. There are white men that literally cannot stand black dudes, but they'll date a black chick. Did you know that? I'll say it for you again. There are white dudes that will get with black women, date these black women, even go as far as to have a half black son with this black woman, but all along they don't like black men in general. They will have like little croupins about you and scruples about you, or whatever the case may be, the whole time. You understand what I'm saying? I've been in situations where I ended up dating a lot of Italian girls. I had a crazy Italian girl one time with long, beautiful black hair. Everybody to this day knows. I'm not going to say her name because too many people know her, but they know who I'm talking about. If you hear my voice right now, you know me. And she stood out. She to a room. Everybody's paying attention to her. You understand what I'm saying? She's a pretty girl. She had a bright personality, and she sounded really, really, really like Northeast, Long Island, Rhode Island Italian, typical Italian. You know what I mean? Like the Italian you use. That's the type of Italian girls I get with. They usually got accents. They usually are very smart, and they're in some type of business or something like that, or whatever, whatever. What she did. When we used to walk into what we used to hang out at, it was nothing. Everybody knew who we was or whatever. But it was till we go to other places, and depending on the scenario we were in, we would get a couple stares and stuff like that at first. At first, they would try to see, okay, how are they going to act? So they would try to see if we were going to act hood, if we were going to act normal, if we were going to act, you know what I mean, ecstatic, or we were going to be that power doer couple that was extra intelligent or whatever, whatever. We used to mess people up because when me and her would walk into the room, everybody would get the point, okay, this is not a hood booger type of situation. You understand what I'm saying? And there would be little whispers of things said or whatever, whatever, but never anything to the core where I felt like I was in danger or something like that or whatever from being with her. And I would say likewise her either. But there would be little snide remarks. You understand what I'm saying? And that was the thing. By the time we would leave, there would be at least 3 to 4 white people or black people that would have something snide to say. And that's why I said this seems to be a big thing when it comes to the men, but it's not a big deal when it comes to the women. It's almost like they picture it as the women are being saved. You understand what I'm saying, or something like that. Now I don't know this guy Sean. I don't have no problem with him or whatever, whatever. But I just noticed that Keke Palmer likes to play this game with the public where she goes like she did at that show when she showed up with that old white man talking about that was her sugar daddy. See, I ain't forget that. It seems like this broad, every time she gets a chance, she's trying to flaunt and throw a white man in our face. And I'm trying to ask the question, are you throwing these white men in our face because you're saying, one, they're better than you, Negro, or two, I can do better than you, see, I can give me a white man, or three, you just secretly really don't like niggas, you don't like anything that looks like you, which is funny, because don't you got a son, bitch? Oh, see, that's the biggest problem right there. That's what you're not paying attention to. A lot of these hoes, they go and have sons with white men, and now that son is half black, and it makes them no happier than anything. You understand what I'm saying? Than to know that their son is half white. Now they feel that their son fits in. The same way Indians do this, Asians do this. They go find them a white spouse or whatever. You don't believe me? Go ask the average Indian man and the Asian man as well And you'll look at them and you'll see that most of them have a hard time finding a date, especially Indian men. Indian men have a high reputation internationally. The most recent one is in Thailand, where they're perceived as overly sexual, overly aggressive. They get into fights or whatever. Like a lot of people don't like dealing, a lot of women don't like dealing with them or whatever. And this goes down to the prostitutes. So please keep in order what I'm saying here. You also get the Asian men who are less aggressive, but for some reason or another, a lot of women don't find them attractive. And they have a hard time dating. You can go look this up right now. The least undesired and unmarried two people in the world are black women and Asian men. I ain't making this up. This is the demographics. You can go look for yourself. Don't get mad at me. Go look at the demographics, then come back and talk to me. And now, this is the thing for me, and I'll leave it at this. And then I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna talk about something else. This is the thing for me when it comes to Keke Palmer. I don't find Keke Palmer attractive. I could give less who Keke Palmer date. And it seems to be like that the same way they used to say about men of color. It seems like the same thing about, because you know they'll get a trophy. He's gonna go get a fat white girl watch, and he's just using her. It's like all this stuff that comes along when you're a black dude and you're dating somebody. He's just using her. He just wants a car. He just wants a credit. He just wants this. He wants that. But when a black chick is dating a white man, why are we saying the same thing? Oh, that bitch is broke. Keke Palmer's not a successful actress. She's not really even that attractive. You wash all that makeup off. All that bitch's beauty can be erased with a tissue. You understand what I'm saying? And of course, a couple black women go come in here. Oh, he did back. As I said, that bitch is ugly. Okay, on the skin, I've met some beautiful black women out here. Keke Palmer looked like she should be like, you want fries with that? Keke Palmer looked like your order will be ready in 15 minutes. Keke Palmer is like, can I get you the check right now, looking ass bitch? You understand what I'm saying? Keke Palmer is like, enjoy the movie. Esto sabe para la gente latino. Es la mujer no que linda. No. This is not a pretty woman. This is not the creme de la creme of beautiful black women. I had a beautiful black woman. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you put her and you put Keke Palmer side by side, and anybody that know me know what I'm talking about, you're going to obviously see the difference. And my ex didn't wear makeup. That's the biggest thing. My ex was born and raised Muslim. She did not wear makeup. She wore makeup 2 times in the 8 years we were together, and that was because we was going somewhere, and she wanted to look like something. You understand what I'm saying? For that event. But my ex would walk around makeup free, and that's what made her beautiful, because she didn't wear makeup. You understand what I'm saying? That's what made her actual beautiful. That's why anytime if I ever date a black woman, I don't give a fuck if y'all get mad because I said that bitch is ugly. That bitch is ugly. That's a picture right there with all them bumps on her face and shit like that. Most of these bitches, they draw on faces. Black ones, white ones, Latin ones, these bitches is drawing on faces, like literally drawing on faces. So you in the club, you out about or whatever, you like, oh my God, she's beautiful. No, the makeup artist made her look beautiful. You understand? A lot of y'all gonna turn this into, oh, he's hating on black women and da. These bitches hate black dudes. And it's about time we sit here and have a conversation about it. And instead of having a conversation, it's gonna be the normal. You know, you're gonna have niggas that come in here and start to flag your posts. You're gonna have niggas that come in here and they worship black women because the majority of black men ain't nothing but a black woman. So whenever you get, and you can ask anybody that know this for real, most black men, a lot of black men, I'm gonna say probably like 60% of them. I ain't gonna say no 100%, 80%, that's too high, but I'm definitely gonna say 60%. 60% of them are raised by a single mom, right? So effectively enough, and a single mom with a whole bunch of sisters, meaning he got a whole bunch of aunties, or he spent a lot of time at grandma's house, you know, shit like that, or whatever. I knew y'all was gonna head out there. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying what I'm saying because I'm gonna take this and do something else with it. So I'm not here for the niggas of YouTube. Trust me. You know what I mean? I'm not here for the niggas of YouTube. The niggas of YouTube don't do anything but flag you and all kinds of shit. black men are and black women are basically another arm of white supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's hard to feel sorry for any of them, because the only thing they do is attack each other. You understand? Like, as I'm sitting here talking to y'all right now, there's several layers of motherfuckers that's flagging me or whatever, whatever. But they'll be like, black power, the black power, the blacky this, and the black that, and the black this. But you'll never see my view counter go over 10 people and I got 30,000 subscribers. Please understand this. You understand what I'm saying? So don't be fooled when these black people sit around, they talk about they together or whatever, whatever. And that's why the world is laughing at you right now, because you attack each other. Keke Palmer is another example of white supremacy. This bitch is walking around flaunting white men in our faces because of pure. And if I was doing this, I'd be horrible. I'd be getting flagged. Instead, she's getting celebrated because black men so much identify with black women because they raised by single black moms. And it's not all black single black moms either. There's some great single moms out here that had brothers, had uncles, had a grandfather, whatever, whatever. But some of these men are raised by bitch, cuck, simp men. And some of these bitch ass niggas are raised by punk ass mamas that hate men. They're misandrous. You understand what I'm saying? So they teach them to do shit like, if you see him go live, make sure you flag the page. Mammies, plantation bitches. So you'll find nowadays I have very little respect for most black women. I don't mingle with them. I don't talk to them. I try to avoid most of them because most of them are troublemakers, and most of them, they don't want to do anything more than to be seen and recognized. You understand what I'm saying? And whenever you're dealing with bitches like that, you're always going to have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've literally had my whole channel attacked. Each time I go live, you're going to find a shit. It's a certain amount of black people who are going to come over here, and that's their job, to flag your channel. You understand? That's what their job is. No, you think I'm joking. This is their job. That's the only way you can explain how a motherfucker got 30,000 subscribers, but only get 10 people in this live, no matter what the topic is you talk about. So I already knew what I was up against before I went live or whatever. So you'll find no motherfucking, what's the word I'm looking for? You will find no empathy from me when it comes to black American women moving forward in any endeavor that I get into. I don't hate you bitches, but this, for example, if you was hurt or you was getting robbed or something, like, I'm not going to help you. It's just so we understand each other, okay? Because that's at the helm of it. I'm not going to support you because you tell people don't support me. Keke Palmer falls into that ilk of those bitches that I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? These are evil women. They want to do everything they want to do, but they want the men to be limited in what they do. And they want you to sit there and wait for them as they go do what they're going to do. Keke Palmer really, in reality, wants a man of color, but the men of color don't want Keke Palmer. I've been standing up to use the bathroom for a very long time, and I can't remember one conversation where I heard a motherfucker say, oh yeah, Keke Palmer finer than a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know you. So I'm gonna take it as you one of them people that come over here and flag my page. It's okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I know you one of them people to come over here and flag my page. That's what's up. Anyway, you don't like me, and I don't like you, so why are you telling me Happy New Year? It's fucking June. This is one of the blacks that comes over here and flags my page. They all the same. But anyway, long story short, right? Let's keep on moving. Point is, the bitch really wants a black dude. You understand what I'm saying? And she can't get a black dude. So therefore, she's going to sit there and flaunt white dudes in front of your face. I've seen this a million times. She's going to flaunt white dudes in front of your face to make you interested in her. You understand what I'm saying? But you still don't want the bitch. You see what I mean? So what you got to do is you got to take in perspective. And I'll tell you, a lot of you simp fucks, you know what I'm saying, for the best part, that's the best I can say. A bunch of you simp ass motherfuckers, for the most part, y'all chase after these bitches. Y'all sit on your shows, talk about the queens and all this stuff or whatever. These bitches hate y'all. You understand what I'm saying? It's a band of black bitches right now that come to my page every time I go live. just so they can flag me. You understand what I'm saying? They're not your friends. Now, y'all want to sit around and act like they're your friends. You want to sit around and act like they got so much love for you. I told motherfuckers the other day, I see niggas running around all the time calling black women sisters. I said, when's the last time them bitches referred to you as a brother? I don't know who you are. You're talking TC15. I don't know who you are. I don't recognize your name or nothing else. So I don't know who you are. I'm not here to argue with nobody. If you're not hitting the cash app, it's irrelevant to me. You understand what I'm saying? Just sit back, listen to the motherfucking show. I know niggas in here flagging. I get reports in YouTube studio that you flagged. I had a motherfucker just the day before yesterday, try to copyright claim a video that's nothing but me in the video. So you understand what I'm saying? Let's stop this phony shit of brothers and sisters or whatever. When you motherfuckers hate each other. This bitch Keke Palmer hates y'all. That's why she's flaunting a white man in front of y'all faces or whatever. The modus operandi of the whole story is black motherfuckers hate each other. And I'm tired of sitting around pretending like that's not the case. I got motherfuckers that literally have dedicated their life, no matter what time of the day it is, to come to my page. I got 30,000 subscribers, but you know this is only 7 motherfuckers in here. You think that's YouTube's fault, or that's a motherfucking flag I use for? I got motherfuckers subscribe to me that specifically tell me I'm here to flag you and have said it in the chat room. You understand what I'm saying? I got motherfuckers that leave. No, I don't trust black people. No, I don't trust you. I don't trust shit about you. It seems like you motherfuckers are really just white supremacists with black skin. You hate each other. So no, I don't feel no fucking empathy for you. Any group of people that sit around and tell somebody that looks just like them. I just heard Rizza Islam have to say last night, and I quote, he was on Corey Holcomb's show, and he was talking about how he was going through some legal troubles or whatever, which I like to think a few of us, you know what I'm saying? No, I keep that to myself. But if you know, you know, for those that are in queue that are friends of ours. You know what I'm saying? RZA receives some assistance, whether he knows it or not. But the point I'm getting at is that he was on his show and he made one quote and it disturbed me. He said, yeah, for a moment I had to go beg the people. I said, beg the people? You a Muslim man. You should never have to put it like that. You beg the people. You ain't beg the people. The people should already be ready to help you. I remember in the movie Michael Max, he said, don't worry, Betty. The nation will provide. See, that's your real fucking problem right there. You're all envious of each other and you all hate each other. See, don't make no mistake about it. I said I was with a Muslim woman for 8 years. Anybody that knows me in real life knows this to be true. I learn a lot about what's supposed to be what and what's supposed to be who. The duty of a Muslim is to always help another Muslim man, no matter if it's financially, no matter if it's physically, if you have to, or whatever the case may be. The duty of a Muslim man is always to help their fellow Muslims. And if you go into these different Muslim communities, whether it be Sunni, whether it be Orthodox Muslim, whatever the case may be, you will find this implemented. The only people that don't implement this is American blacks. American blacks hate each other. The majority of black women, if they could tie up a noose and put you on a tree, they do it and sit there with a white man and laugh and smile as they do it. Most of these black women really want to be white women. That's why you see so many of them running around with blonde wigs. So no. Don't sit here with me and act like black people are together and all this shit or whatever. But most of the majority of you just use it as words and use it as motherfucking a latch spring so you can turn around and talk to people and extrapolate money out of them like Umar does, like Tariq Nasheed does, like Brother Polite once did. Now he's in jail. You understand what I'm saying? And them two motherfuckers are soon to follow. Now I told y'all before, Tariq Nasheed is going to have a federal indictment put against him. Now, you don't have to believe me. Brother, you're not. You understand what I'm saying? So shock the fuck out of you when you see it. But he's going to have a federal indictment put against him. And it's going to happen within this year or at the top of next year. Now, you don't have to believe me, but that's what's going to happen to him. That FBA shit, they're not going to let that shit get out of hand like that now. And they're part of the problem, them separatist motherfucker. Just like any separatist poor white trash. Just like any separatist Latino. Now I know who the fuck you are. All right, now I know who the fuck you are. Why didn't you say that from the get-go? I don't know who no TC151. I don't know who the fuck that is. Farak, I do remember that name. How you doing? Now I got a whole bunch. I got a whole bunch of niggas that are over here, and that's their job. I have niggas that have subscribed to me, so every time that I go live, and they admittedly said it in the chat room, I'm under attack not by whites, by blacks. Ain't that funny? That's why I don't care for too many of these motherfuckers, and I don't keep them as friends no more. These motherfuckers are the underarm of white supremacy, believe it or not. African Americans and Latinos too. One's the left hand armpit, the other was the right hand armpit. And they will do what they got to do to impress massa. Don't you ever forget that. You hear me, Farak? Don't you forget that. Don't you make the mistake and go out here and think these motherfuckers are your brothers and sisters. They will leave you in the fucking street to die. Now, I sat there last night and I listened to the conversation that Corey Holcomb had. I'm gonna segue. Fuck that ugly black bitch. Let's segue the conversation because that bitch is making me mad. Because the bottom line, the modus operandi of the story was, in society, evidently it's all right for a black woman and a white man to date whoever the fuck they want to, but it's not in the opposite way around. White women can't date whoever they want to. They can't date a black man if they want to. And evidently black men can't date whoever they want to. They have to be with a black bitch. And even when they with a black bitch, they're still going to get chastised or whatever. So you might as well go. If I was you, I would not have one bit of interest in having any full black kids with a black woman in 2026. It's not going to end well. You're going to end up in court. You're going to end up in jail. You're going to end up in something or whatever. It's just, they're not good mates as far as I'm concerned. Not somebody that I want to have kids with. Understand? Based on the different, and a lot of people, they don't understand, especially older black women, they don't understand this because they're not in the dating field no more. So if you're a bitch that's married for the past 10 years, you don't belong in this conversation. If you a nigga that sits around and you don't have a job, but your job is to watch when I go live so you can flag my page, you don't belong in this conversation because that's what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with grown-ass niggas and grown-ass black bitches. Y'all watch the whole time that I'm live, that Q counter is never going to go over 10. And the whole focus they're going to have on here is, and I don't know if YouTube people are doing it. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm content with the fact that it's just people flagging because I had somebody try to claim one of my videos the other day and I was just like, yo, that is hilarious because I'm sitting in my room, so who the fuck else is in the video but me? You know what I mean? I didn't play any videos doing that live or nothing like that. I mean, literally it was just me, and somebody tried to put in a copyright claim or whatever on the video. I'm just like, yo, these motherfuckers are sick. I listened to Rizza Islam and Corey Holcomb talk about the same shit last night. They didn't talk about the extremes that I did, but I'm going to talk about the extremes that I did. Black American people are not a threat to white people at all, okay? I want white America to hear that. They're not going to attack you. They're not going to do anything like that or whatever. They are under direction of Tariq Nasheed, who has led a lot of these FBA fucking niggas, who a lot of y'all need to be reported to the FBI, to be quite honest with you. A lot of y'all need to be reported to the FBI and Department of Justice ASAP. You are terrorist. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's terroristic activity when you get a band of people that claim they represent, I know, you can't even see me on camera, but see how one of them was right there talking about Dave Chappelle. How you know what I look like and I'm not even on camera? See what I mean? That's black people for you. You understand what I'm saying? And it won't be anything for there to be a good black America, whatever, at least 30% of the motherfuckers got to die. And you got to make sure that they can't procreate. For there to be a good black culture again, at least 30% of the motherfuckers got to be eliminated. Now, nobody else want to say it. Your profile pic, duh, but you're here, duh, doing exactly what I said you was doing. So good job. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you confirming what I said. And I appreciate you confirming that your race ain't shit. Appreciate you. You can't even see my picture. That picture is so small you can't even see that picture. So what do you mean my profile picture? You can't even see me in the picture. These are mentally ill motherfuckers. And the majority of them are like that. This is why I try to tell you, I don't fuck with them like that no more. I do not fuck with them. I got a few of them that I do. I'm cool with, but for the most part, if you black, I'm not your friend. And please keep that in mind. I'm not your fucking friend. Oh, no, 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 no. I can tell you years of shit I went through on here with these motherfuckers. I threw up a clip yesterday because somebody had said, not because I was interested in shit, but I threw up a clip when I took my visit to the Alderman Ballroom where Malcolm X was shot and killed, and I sat in the room where he sat in before they assassinated him. And you know Malcolm was shot and killed by black niggas, so this shit go way back. Oh, don't think I'm a fool. Malcolm X was shot and killed by black motherfuckers. So this should go way back. You understand? That people always leave that out of the equation. Malcolm X was shot and killed by black niggas. Even if the FBI was following him, the CIA was following him, whoever, Malcolm was shot and killed by black niggas that were part of the same faith as him. So these motherfuckers have been doing this shit. You're not gonna fool me, motherfucker. Maybe you're not intelligent enough. I see it. And when I see danger or I see a problem, I move myself away from that problem or whoever is creating that problem. I don't have a problem on a day-to-day basis from black people. I don't have a problem like motherfuckers coming in here talking about, I seen your profile pic, Timo, Dave Chappelle. Timo is a multi-billion-dollar company, you stupid motherfucker. Yeah, I'll be Timo Dave Chappelle. I'll be Timo DMA. Timo is a multi-billion-dollar international company. So that's how you know it's a nigga insult, because niggas ain't never got time enough to motherfucking explore anything else except for surface shit. That's all they talk about is surface shit. You ain't gonna find no black motherfucker to get in depth about no conversations. The majority of them are stupid as fuck. Now, this is the point I was getting at. When I was sitting there listening to Rizza Islam and Corey Holcomb last night, or whatever, and all these hateful motherfuckers that were in their chat room, or these hateful motherfuckers that are sitting here flagging my posts that evidently this app won't protect you from. That's what I'm saying. And please don't think that I want your cash app, so I need your money. I got my little check from what's the name. We quite fine. Y'all can keep that shit. You understand? Keep your nigga pennies. But don't you ever ask me for nothing. Don't you ever, I'll spit on one of you motherfuckers if you ask me for something. And back to what I was saying. I sat there and listened to Wizard Islam, and I sat there and listened to Corey Holcomb. They were telling their tales, and I think it was some way or another, subliminally, some inspiration for me. But they were sitting there telling their tales of how they themselves have been harassed by these same black motherfuckers. And I said, see, don't you see it? These motherfuckers hate each other. You understand what I'm saying? They was literally sitting there talking about each one of them separately, how they had been judged by this black community, how they had been brought up on all kinds of assumptions and shit like that, how they had spreaded rumors about them, how they didn't want them to make no money. And as quick as you saw them 5 black motherfuckers just jump out of here, because they're terrible. They're terrible. They're terrible. You are terrible, motherfuckers. Yes, you are. You're terrible. They don't never want to hear no truths about themselves, but they want to hear the truths about everybody else. If you say you are not sensitive and you say you're not emotional, like they like to pitch all the time online, why are you being emotional, bitch? If you wasn't emotional, what I'm saying wouldn't even bother you. See how that quick that act? See how quick that go? See how quick that go? They'll tell you you're emotional, but when you say something they don't like, well, I'm gonna head up on out of here. No, bitch, you're emotional. And you're trying to hide it. Now, like I was saying, the majority of these bitch-ass motherfuckers that's in black culture nowadays are the products of single mothers. Their mother was a cunt bitch. So she raised a cunt bitch son who really ain't even a man. He's really a reflection of her. So really what you're dealing with is 2 trifling bitches. Him and his mama. I'll say that for you again. Most of these motherfucking men that join these bitches in these little campaigns, whether they're flagging your page or whatever the case may be, have you not noticed I've been live for 44 minutes and my view count never goes over 10 people? You know why that is? Because black people sitting up here flagging my channel. And they will continue to do that. And they will continue to be unsuccessful. YouTube knows about it. That's why they're not letting any of it go through. But the fact that there's certain perimeters in YouTube. Well, if you press a report button, it stuns you back for about a good 3 to 4 minutes. If you keep pressing it, or I have a group of people that keep pressing the what's the name button, because these black motherfuckers have put their focus on me. They haven't put their focus on Jeff Metcalf. They haven't put their focus on Rick, what's his name, Rick Chow, or whatever the fuck his name is. They haven't put their focus on any of these people because they're scared of them. They're coward motherfuckers. So that's why they attack each other, because they're not scared of each other, but they're scared of everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? I have a group of black motherfuckers that literally have subscribed to my channel specifically so they can flag my channel. No, I don't like you motherfuckers. No, I don't like nobody that go. I haven't had white people that do that. I haven't had Lithuanians that have done that. I haven't had Germans that have done that. I haven't had anybody of any other race except for these black motherfuckers who are control freaks, just like their mama was. See, a lot of these black women, they don't even have a husband because they're control freaks. You understand what I'm saying? So anytime they get a man around them, the first thing they try to do is what? Control them. That's the same thing that a black dude will do. Coming to circumference with a lot of black dudes, I've had this happen. First thing they'll notice about me, I don't look like them. So the first thing they'll do is say, well, I have to control him. No, you're not going to control me. That's the number one. So they'll try to dominate you, but they won't try to go dominate a white man. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to tell you, these FBA people are a terrorist organization. They group together, and anybody that doesn't go along with their communist ideology, or Tariq, because Tariq Nasheed is a communist. Y'all don't peep it, but I peep it. He's a communist and he's a fascist. He might not even know it so, but he's a communist and a fascist. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you. He's going to come under federal indictment soon enough, and I'm going to laugh my motherfucking ass up. I will go to his trial just to see them put him in handcuffs and send him up the fucking road where he belongs. I'm not your fucking friend. I've been your friend. I'm not your friend no more. Now I'm your nemesis. You understand what I'm saying? Things are different now. The stakes is different. You want to be on my channel every day, flagging my channel or whatever, and telling people don't donate to me and don't support me and all that shit. Do you still want me to be loyal to you? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Like, you have to be a retarded motherfucker. Where the fuck do you think I'm from? Like, that shit is crazy to me. And then they'll be like, I can't believe you, sir. I can't believe you over here flagging my page every time I go live. Y'all notice I've been live for an hour. That view counter has never gone over fucking 10 people, but I got over 30,000 subscribers, which I'm starting to think that shit ain't real. I think that's an illusion. I think this following shit is an illusion that this particular app puts in front of you. That's what I think. But anyway, I sat there and listened to Rizza Islam and Corey Holcomb talk about how these same black motherfuckers sat around and harassed them. And it sounded quite similar. They put out rumors about them. They flagged their pages. They talk shit about them. They try to get people to detour from donating to them and supporting them or whatever. Black people are basically right-hand arms of the fucking white supremacy movement. White supremacists try to destroy you. Blacks will try to destroy you. Now, I'm not going to keep this long. I wanted to talk about one more other thing, but I wanted to talk about this Corey Holcomb thing or whatever. And I want to thank y'all for your inspiration last night or whatever, because they're the last of remaining men out here. The rest of these so-called black men out here, nothing but women worshiping punks. And that's what I refer you to. You'll be like, oh, well, nigga this, nigga that. Nigga, shut the fuck up before you die. Now, like I was saying, these so-called real nipples, which are basically a bunch of fake-ass black dudes that ain't got shit going on. Most of these dudes all have something in common. Number one, if they were to set up their shit online or whatever, and you don't have to hide behind the mask while you're sitting here. You know, I respect the motherfucker. That, you know what I don't like about the people that come to my page and flag my page and shit? Who the fuck is that? Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Who the fuck is that? Oh, I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm like trying to figure out who is ringing my bell like that, whatever, whatever. I got a buzzer system, as y'all can hear, so that's what y'all heard in the background. And it was my landlord. And let me tell you something. I have a landlord, and I believe she's Chinese. She is the nicest, coolest, stand-up woman ever. I love her to death. I think that I hope I get the chance, but she is very, very, very nice. So I was taking a second to go answer the door, and she started knocking knocking on my window and everything else. She's like, "Dut, dut, 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 dut." She's got the key. There's a fence that blocks off, so you can't. She had the key to that. She opened that bitch. Came back. "Dut, dut, 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 dut. I just want to make sure you're all right." I said, "I am." I said, "Thank you." And you know that's amazing. She was worried about if I was okay, but Black Americans aren't. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. I was sitting outside talking to her because she has to do a repair or something. This is her unit. She's owns this unit or whatever, whatever. And everybody in my condo unit, each one is owned by a separate owner. So each person is their places are owned by different landlords and things like that or whatever. And I'm gonna be moving into a better unit that she owns. Not to say this was a bad one, but I'm going to be moving into a bigger and better unit than this one. And so we were just doing the preparation for that. They have to come in and do work and stuff like that or whatever, whatever. But trust me, this place is big. But the place I'm getting ready to move into, which she also owns, man, listen, niggas really going to behave. Like I waited off a year to get this property because the pure simple fact it was so nice. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's better to wait instead of go on. So I'm gonna give a shout to my landlord because I'm not gonna say her name on here. You know what I'm saying? But Miss, and ironically enough, her name is Chow. You know what I'm saying? But she's a great, great, great woman. So that's why I didn't get too much into that whole um, you know, y'all got that old Asian boycott thing going on, and I will say this to the tribute. I will say this to the tribute of Asian people. I have friends that are Asian. I got one friend named Jonas. He's South Pacific Islander, but I've got many different people that I've known along the way that have been Asian American and have helped me out, and I mean tremendously. Understand the plot and everything else that's going on. So for me, you understand what I'm saying? I think that I hear what y'all saying about Rick Chow and everything like that, but I think y'all need to go check Rick Chow. I hear what y'all saying. There's been some disrespect that's going on some places or whatever, whatever, and I hear you, but that doesn't mean with everybody. So some people were like, "Yo, how do you feel about the what's I got to take off here in a minute anyway?" But it was like, "How do you feel about the boycott and all that?" And I never really addressed that. I don't feel any type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do what y'all doing, because the way I look at it is like this. You know, like nobody in that culture looks after me. Nobody in that culture, black culture, is siding with me. Nobody in that culture will defend me. Nobody in that culture donates to me or supports me financially. So I find it kind of hard to join in on a practice, uh, which I would have not even a few minutes ago backed up fully. You understand what I'm saying? I really do mean that. I would have backed up fully, not only to have now there's people in your chat room that just pretty much like troll all day and flag all day. Like as you can see, I've been here for 9 hours. I mean, excuse me, I sat here for 1 hour and only got nine people in the chat room, and it'll stay like that because I've got a set of black people that have dedicated themselves to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be the official flagger, so they basically come to your page, and this has been going on for about a week or so now. I really don't let it bother me. I'm popping on another platform right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really worried about it. But they'll act like you're shaming them if you bring it up. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I find it kind of hard to sit with y'all on that Asian boycott shit because I've got a great, great landlord that just sat there and literally said, you know, this is a great woman. You understand what I'm saying? And she's Chinese. And from all the times I done hung in Chinatown to this day, You know what I mean? Yeah, you're gonna find it hard for me. If I had any gestation over anybody, I would say it would be more over Latin and Black people than anybody. Ain't nobody Asian mistreating me. Ain't nobody Asian over here flagging my page. Ain't nobody Asian trying to stop me from making money. Blacks are, and a few Latins, but blacks do that. So yeah, you're gonna find it kind of hard with me to sit there and join in on that Asian boycott shit. Because somebody asked me that the other day here online, and I was just like, nah, I don't have no comment. You know what I'm saying? I really don't have no comment. There's Chinese people in Jamaica, all throughout Jamaica. That's why I threw up that clip so y'all can understand. A lot of people didn't know a Jamaican accent comes from the Irish indentured servants. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me to side with you as far as a recluse about um, being anti-Asian when it's not all Asian. It was Rick Chow in all places, South Carolina, North Carolina, one of the most racist areas. So, that's what y'all do and that's what y'all do, whatever. I just think, honestly and truthfully, I just think black culture is just backwards nowadays. Like, the shit y'all do is backwards. You attack your own people. I sat there and listened to Rizza Aslan talking about how black people attacked him, told people don't donate to him, said he was scamming, all this shit. That seems to be that big word. They don't want nobody but black women, evidently, to make money in a donation game. You understand what I'm saying? You're the only ones. If you ask for donations or you're asked to support somebody or whatever, they don't do that. So that's why I said, okay, well, if that's the case, black women don't ask for my support. Is that fair? If you're telling people don't support me, don't support you. I've literally had people walk into my chat room and tell people, don't donate to this nigga. And then they always address me as a nigga, which is also kind of disturbing. I'm like, how are you saying you don't want to be called a nigga, but you out here calling other people nigga? I can't even remember the last time that I've heard a black American woman refer to a black American man as a man. They'll say, this man, they'll say, this nigga. And it's a repeated thing. It happens all the time. Even Spanish do it now. My nigga. They on the podcast. My nigga. I watch them on Fresh and Fit all the time. My nigga. You ever notice that? So you find it kind of hard for me to be cooperative. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So yeah, you're not gonna get me to join in on that whole Asian boycott thing. You forget about that. My landlord's Chinese and a very good woman. Very, very good woman. So yeah, you won't find me doing that. You will not find me doing that. I threw up yesterday a clip of me because somebody black, and I'm just going to end it with this one. Somebody black came into my chat room talking about, would you quit lying, talking about you went where Malcolm X was shot and killed? We don't care. So I just threw up, I went and found the clip. It took me about an hour and a half to find it because I forgot what I titled it. And I just threw up a clip of it just to prove my point. You know what I'm saying? But once again, it was black Americans doubting you. They love to doubt the men. They have something against the men, and I'm taking it because most of these folks have never had a father in their life. That's what it seems like a lot. I don't know, but yeah, I guess I proved that point wrong. And that was from 2 years in a row. I got 2 years in a row I went there. And that video had been sitting up for a year. You know, that video only got 14 likes in like 2 years. 14 likes. So that's what I said. They talk a lot, but I think a lot of the shit they say they stand for, I don't believe. I'm starting not to believe it. You know what I mean? Starting not to believe it. Well, I just wanted to do one real quick. That's it. This ain't nothing serious. For the people that have the link to my other page, you have to be setting here. We got 2 joints for y'all today. I'm gonna be on. I got my little bread or whatever. No thanks to these people. These people are stupid. I could have filmed the Knicks win for them. I could have filmed the Knicks parade and a whole bunch of other shit. And he said, "Don't donate to that nickel. I'm here in Ohio, and I'm telling you." That's what I said. Like, they're stupid. Like, I'm convinced. Like, most black people are like kind of slow nowadays. Like, but we'll be moving and shaking today. I will hit y'all. No, I'm not gonna hit y'all. I'm not gonna go live here. I might, you know what? I take that back. I might go live on one partition because the pure simple fact. I might go live with y'all on one live because I got to go meet a friend of mine today. I might do it for one, but the other one y'all can't get because see that was the biggest problem for me. Most of the blacks that are blogging, they blogging from their bedrooms. You see what I'm saying? They don't go out nowhere worth mentioning blogging. So they had to shut me down because I was the one that was already somewhere. I'm the first one nigga that was down there at the Diddy trial, not them other niggas. None of them. None of them could say they were down there before me. None of them. None of them. You understand what I'm saying? None of them was down there for the Jonathan Majors trial. None of them was down there for Trump's trial. You know what I'm saying? And both of those on here, I thought those up too. But yeah, I think I might do one with y'all. That's it. And it'll be quick. I'll just do 30 minutes of it and then I'll shut the live down. Cause I wish I would sit up on here and bless niggas with good material, traveling, spending my money, and the niggas won't donate a they go donate to women. You know, black culture is heavily female influenced. So whenever you're dealing with them, you got to make sure you understand also as well that you're dealing with a bunch of feminine supporting people. Now, you 6 people you see in here right now that are absolutely saying nothing, those are the people that have been courting here to flag my page. They're people, they're not stand-up people. They're basically black American terrorists. And that's what they do. So you have to keep that in mind. Anyway, I may or may not go live on this page, but on my other joint, if you know what I'm talking about, please do not tell any of these motherfuckers where to find me. Even if they do, the same system ain't over there. I know who you are as soon as you come in the chat room. You know what I mean? But what I want to is separate myself from this YouTube thing. This is crazy over here, boy. You'll lose your mind over here. Ain't nothing over here. YouTube is sort of nothing. I just watched my man Brandon the other day. He's a white kid. He's been doing YouTube, what's the name, the bots and all that stuff on this platform are out of control. So you don't know if you're getting real people talking to you. You don't know if it's fake people talking to you. There's definitely a system of flagging people on here. That seems to be the new thing that everybody does. So before they was turning on the stars and everything like that. And I told y'all a long time ago, it wouldn't be long before they started turning on the vloggers. So now they're turning on the vloggers. Now they flagging the vloggers. Now and it's mostly just black people and white people doing it. That's why I said for me, I don't have black people flagging my page. Who I have flagging my page, I mean white people flagging my page. I have black people flagging my page, black Americans. And the only gripe with me is, you don't look like us fully and you speak Spanish. Well, and probably because my father's Cuban, but he's blacker than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna deny that. But it's all good. You know about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna dedicate this page. They even flagging my shorts. You know what I'm saying? They don't think I noticed that either. So I had to develop a new system because they started flagging the shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people are basically like terrorists now via the app, and there's a law against that too. You know what I'm saying? But basically, that's what they are. They're domestic terrorists too. So them and white people have that in common. They're both kind of like fleeing in the world of being domestic terrorists. You understand? So it's unfortunate or whatever the case might be, but it is what it is. You know? So we'll let that be what it is and let that go how it goes. But honestly and truthfully, you just, when it comes to black Americans, I would tell you honestly and truthfully, unless you got an extremely negative message or extremely fake pro-black message, they're not gonna fall behind you. They sit in their bedrooms and talk about pro-black. They're never on foot. They're never moving out. You'll never see them in the neighborhoods feeding homeless people or none of that. It's just a bunch of fake advocacy for views, likes, and clicks, the majority of them, versus somebody like me who has put in real work, who'd be on foot and ground. That's why I threw up that clip with me going to visit when Malcolm X was shot and killed. I'm gonna throw up a couple more too. This show niggas my track record and let you know I've been doing this, and this is the nigga y'all want to crash out on versus the niggas that sit in their bedroom and gossip and live with family members and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the people they support. They support the most down. If you are a shitty person and you are down on your, that's who they identify with. So you can't identify with a group of people that haven't lived the experiences you have. You just can't. You understand what I'm saying? It's only said facts. You can't identify with people that haven't had the same experiences with you. And so what I found on this particular app is most of the people that are on here, probably like an 80% ratio, are people that are unaccomplished, unsuccessful, uneducated, and they're basically just like a bunch of wildlings. Like, they just run around. Oh, look, there's another nigger. Let's flag him. Like, I'm trying to tell you, African Americans are literally like the left armpit of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. That's why I understand sometimes when even these people that are not racist are screaming out black fatigue because of the way that you motherfuckers act. I was like, I deal with it myself. I've got black fatigue now. I got motherfuckers literally coming to my page and flagging my page for no reason whatsoever other than they don't like how I'm speaking. That's a communist. That's what Fidel Castro used to do. He used to cut people off. He didn't want to hear him talk, cut them off. So that's what fascists, you know what I mean? Like Mussolini, Stalin, all those guys, that's what they did. And now black Americans are implemented it into itself. They used to say Martin Luther King was a communist. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. And the Democratic Party itself is basically teetering on both Marxism, which is not fascism, but Marxism and communism. It teeters on and grabs cleats from both of them. And if you watch, you'll see, most importantly, that's when most black people follow behind. They follow behind Democrats. They'll even have selective motherfuckers that have you follow behind Democrats. You know what I'm saying? For decades, for some of y'all. You know what I mean? So, and if you don't agree with them, they'll try to preach to you like Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters, you don't agree with her, that bitch will try to preach to you like a mammy. You better not go against us. Martin Luther King was a communist and a socialist. You can go Google right now, and I hate when a nigger comes in here and tries to tell me what to think. I've done extensive on this. So I would advise you to go right now, put in your Google Martin Luther King and communism. Socialism is one epoch that you want everybody to have the same amount of everything, same amount of food, same amount of this. And no country in the world internationally, including the most recent Venezuela, has survived when they try to impact. That's what's happening with Venezuela. They tried to, what's his name, Maduro, the one that they captured. He was trying to implement socialism into the dynamic. And the reason it didn't work is because there's not been one place, including with the Nazis and the German Socialist Party, wherever you've had socialism exist and strive. It's never happened. So right here where you have, what's the name right here? Dr. King was a pastor. Bitch, I said go Google it. Now, if you're not going to go Google it, you're just going to try to sit here and dictate to me, shut the fuck up. Go Google and go look at the files that J. Edgar Hoover had on him and many of other people's where they marked him as being a communist and having communist ideals. I'm not going to argue with you about this. I'm not going to go back and forth with you about this. It's not a fucking debate. Go Google it for yourself. That's it. I can't stand when motherfuckers come in here and try to dictate to you, this is the way you need to think. I didn't dictate to anybody, this is the way you need to think. I tell you, I'm a very intelligent person. I tell you, and I'm collegiate. I'm not just some street smart motherfucker. Let's get that in order. Like I said, go Google it right now, and it will tell you that J. Edgar Hoover and many other data collection info agencies all said the same thing, that this man was a possible communist. Now, why am I going to pull that out of my ass? I ain't got nothing to benefit out of that. Go look it up for yourself, Medina. Can't stand with a motherfucker come on here. You got a lot of subscribers and fair weather friends that just come online and they just try to, they want a one-upper. That's what I like to call them, the one-uppers. This motherfucker just said, the FBI and the CIA can say that, but he disagrees. Goodbye. Goodbye. See what I mean? They're retarded. The FBI and all of them can say that, but I say different. You can go. You can go. You can show him low offense control. Stop being so black. See, and he's racist. Goodbye. No, what you're showing. Before I block you, let me tell you what you're showing. You're showing a person that has a control and inferiority complex. See, people that have inferiority complexes and don't have any control, like a lot of these men that talk online right here, they're not even respected in the homes they live in. Did y'all know that? A lot of these men that hop online and they talk about this low impulse control or whatever, whatever. If they got low impulse control, you should have learned the first fucking time that I said something to you. And if somebody pull out a gun and blow your motherfucking leg in, you should realize at that point, all these little, see, they got these little numptions that these men put out here that are not really men, that this 5 years back in the game they would have never did. Now that there's a camera everywhere, they feel kind of safe. So now the same shit that they wouldn't apply 5, 6, 7 years ago, they now try to apply now online. That doesn't work with me. I don't think like that. So to be able to be adaptable and forever that to work with me, I would have to think like that. So let me break down something for you. When you say somebody has low impulse control, that means that you want somebody to be docile and you want somebody to be assimilated, such as yourself. Now you bent down and took the stick up your ass with no Vaseline. I don't. You understand what I'm saying? You bent down and you submitted. When people talk like that, basically what they're trying to tell you within their personality without even saying it to you is, I submitted. I submitted to a simulation. I submitted to being controlled by the greater forces. This person's not a rebel. Motherfucker, you's a follower. You must know the difference. See, to be a rebel was Malcolm X. He wasn't scared to die. You understand what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up, I'm talking. Malcolm X wasn't scared to die. There's many other men that were before him that wasn't scared to die. Bitch niggas like you scared of conflict. You understand what I'm saying? See, I smell right through your motherfucking ass because I done shot at a couple motherfuckers and did all kinds of shit. I smell when somebody is scared, especially when you're somebody that's scared and you put a racial connotation over top of it. See, I don't have to call you out. You can be scared to be black, white, polka dot, whatever. There's all kinds of scary motherfuckers. You can be an assimilus, and there's black, white, polka dot, and all kinds of motherfuckers that are simulus. You don't know the difference between a terminology and actual behavior. So let me break it down for you. Even if he's gone, who cares? This is a person that wants to fit into society. He's with the go along gang. People that like to fit into society but don't really have the scruples to fit into society will always try to convince you, those that do, that they are worthier more than you are. I've been through this a million times. So for example, you go buy a BMW, right? He goes and he buys a BMW, but it's 1 year newer than yours. You understand what I'm saying? Now in his mind, he's the man. These are people that are petty. You understand? You always have to understand that. Now, if I tell you that you can go Google the connection between, and there he goes with the black on black homicide rates from 2014, act like he's teaching me something. Would you please go right now, and I want you to look up white on white violence in 2025 numbers. I also want you to go look up white on white welfare in 2025. I also want you to go look up white theft in 2025. Now, all these demographics are not like Papa Bear got down here that he done made up and pulled out his ass. These are actual demographics from the FBI. The FBI, what's the name, will be attached to them, or the Department of Agriculture and also the Department of Justice. That'll be attached to all those demographics. What you have is you have a bunch of whites, racists that go around, and what they'll do is they'll type out something or have GPT type it out for them. They won't have anything, and this is how you know how to look for it. They won't have anything that has to do with the CIA, FBI, or any other data collection agency that we recognize attached to it. It'll just be an opinion of theirs. So one of the most popular things they do is they use 2014 demographics of that particular year, which was a violent year in general, even for white Americans, which they always omit from the conversation. But these demographics they're using, black Americans considered 13% of the population. This is when I'm talking about assimilators and followers. Black Americans do down on 13% of the population, therefore, but they 50% of the crime. All the way down here from Ohio. But in reality, the fact is, that's not the real demographics. And you'll see that. In fact, crime nationally is down in America, period, throughout all different demographics, including black demographics. You don't ever mention the increase in enrollment rates in colleges or whatever. So then you know that that person is focused on something negative. These are usually generally at the core of them negative people. So negative people, of course, are only going to provide you negative information because it's a negative motherfucker. I don't expect you to do anymore. The other thing about them is most of these people that they go this forth to throw out these demographics, one thing you'll always find unsure about them, they're always unaccomplished. See, I know a thing or two because living in Connecticut. See, you might be under the assumption I got it that I live in the midst of the ghetto, and I've always lived in the midst of the ghetto. Bitch, I ain't never done nothing but live. See, this is the where I live at currently, and 95% of motherfuckers will wish they lived here and be quite comfortable. But beforehand, before I moved here, moved back to Connecticut, everywhere that I have lived at, including the condo that I had a mortgage on at one time, every place I have lived at has been shoreline or it's been in condos by the beach or whatever. And any motherfucker that know me right now that's listening to me will not disagree with me because they know that's been my personality. Before I was out on my own, I only had one place that I ever lived at that could be considered hood. One place. And I lived there for approximately, 6 months, 7 months, and then moved the fuck out. I moved out on my own. You understand what I'm saying? And that wasn't that bad. So I don't have a history of living in shitty places. When I was growing up, I don't have a history of living in shitty places because my mom and my dad always made sure we didn't live in shitty places. My mom, out of everybody, to her, location is everything. But what you'll find is quite opposite with a lot of these chump. Homie, I don't have to lie. See, that's the thing about it. You'll always get men in here that are jealous. Homie, I live in Connecticut. You understand what I'm saying? I've always lived in Connecticut, mostly all my life. When I lived in New York, I lived in New York for 3 years. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it's quite easy to look at the address where I previously lived at, and you'll see very quickly that everything I'm telling you is the truth. Everybody knows this about me. You don't know me, but that's still Charles Ellis, because I don't know you from a hole in the fucking wall. You're a jealous motherfucker. Till you wrote Nigga. That's how I know you're black. And black men, that's all they do is jealous. You understand? And not only are you jealous, Charles Ellis, you like to equate everybody. See, this is a unique thing that black Americans do. They unite themselves in poverty. Latinos do it too. They unite themselves in poverty. And this is how they determine who's real and who ain't, unbeknownst to you. And so they unite in poverty. You know, poverty is an underlying fraction or whatever with them. So whoever's got the better poverty tale, whoever's got the better poverty experience or whatever, that's who they consider the real nigga. That wasn't my experience. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in the projects. The last place I lived with my mother had a golf course built around it, had a sauna, Olympic-sized pool, tennis courts, and it had a golf course that was built around the motherfucker that you needed a membership to be part of, or you had to live where we lived at. We had a working fireplace. My bedroom had these were corporate apartments. They had a working fireplace that we used quite often. My room had a bathroom. My mother's room had a bathroom to it, or whatever. After that, I ended up moving out when I was 19. It was like 17 going on 18. First spot that I had was kind of semi-raggedy, but most people in experience would have said that's her first apartment. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? The next place I moved after that was directly to a condo, and I doppelganged the same shit that I grown up with my mom's style, even down to the furniture. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not hard to find this. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not hard to find people that know me that will attest to this. No, sir, what happens is you get black Americans. This is what I try to tell you. A lot of black Americans really at the bottom of the rule, jealousy leads them. Jealousy, narcissism, vanity, and all the elks of being a demon lead them. This is why I try to tell you, these are the new demons. You understand what I'm saying? These demon, and Latinos too, these demon motherfuckers, they all identify each other by poverty. You understand what I'm saying? Who's the poorest? I ate sugar sandwiches. Who's that nigga that was online talking about milk, the powdered milk? What's that nigga's name from Memphis? I forgot what the nigga's name is or whatever. But they all think universally, and this is how low you think of yourself, and that's what you're not even understanding when you make a statement like that. Nigga, stop lying. Nigga, stop lying. One day, I had to go outside and show people. Matter of fact, let's do it now. Let's do it now. One day I had to go outside. I'm like, look, I have a backyard. You don't. You know what I'm saying? And this will be for people, they get mad at you when they don't have as much as you. They get mad at you when they never experience as much as you, or whatever the case may be. And this is the way these type of people are. So you can't pay attention to these people, whatever. But when you come in and nigga, stop lying. You was poor like us. You ate powdered milk. You ate powder. Thank you very much. I'm not lying to you. So I can get up here and lie. Yo, nigga, I was in the projects every day, nigga. We was eating sugar sandwiches, nigga. We had it hard. Me and my sisters, man, we had to walk in the grocery store, rob from niggas and shit. Yo, shit was real. You want to hear one of them stories because it makes you feel like you're a real person. To me, that shit sound fake. I don't like no nigga that's hoop like that. Nigga that's real spent. Yo, man, like a lot of the most gangster people that y'all know, they come from 2-parent households. I'm talking about that running real work. 50 Cent is one of the most gangster motherfuckers there is. 50 grew up in a house. 50's grandparents are from North Carolina, and both of them were successful people. His grandfather worked all his life. That's why he always pays homage to him so deeply. Queens, just for the matter of the sake, Queens is like the most, how can I say, suburbanite neighborhood outside of a couple places in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get over by the water and shit like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I gotta say it too much, but like Queens, I got family from Corona. You understand? And Jamaica. Jamaica and Corona are two different places. You understand what I'm saying? So even though 50 lived in Jamaica, Queens, there's a part of Jamaica, Queens that's very, very nice. Just to give you hindsight, Jamaica Estates, which y'all saw depicted in the movie Belly, that's where the Rasta lived at. I forgot what his name is. He passed away. I think it was Louis Rankin. Yeah, sir. Big up. That area is called Jamaica Estates. That's what Trump grew up at. You understand what I'm saying? Did you see the houses and stuff over there? So there's a partitions of Queens that have more houses than any other borough there is, except for, yeah, that's it. And maybe some, like, the Bronx has it too, but not as much as Queens. Queens is suburban. Everybody knows that. You move out to Far Rockaway. You move out to over there to the island if you can afford it, you know. But yeah, when niggas get online and they be talking like, yo, nigga, stop lying, nigga, you don't know me. And this is what I talk about with African Americans. They sit around and they vast in poverty and hard times because that's what their mama invested in. You got a whole bunch of black men that are sitting around basically and they're carbon copies of their mama. That's why a black man will be online and tell, don't donate to that nigga. That's why you have white men up in here. You know what I mean? What this motherfucker say? Black on black homicides occur 1.5 times every hour in America. Keep up the great work. How many times do white homicides happen in America? Let's look that up. I'm going to show you what I mean. I just read that comment. I didn't see that comment earlier. Let's see how often homicides happen. I'm going to show you what I mean. There's nothing. Poor white men and poor black men are the problem on the internet. Let me tell you how they're both poor. I know they're poor. Because, see, my page is monetized, right? Hold on one second, y'all. My page is monetized. As I sit here and I talk to y'all, I'm making money. Those niggas are sitting here talking to you at 11 o'clock in the morning, but yet and still, they ain't making no money. So they don't even understand the dynamics of finance. They don't even understand financial dynamics. So let's see this. How often do white on white crime? That's why he said, I'm out now. White on white. Because you didn't answer the other part. It's very easy. See, I know manipulation. It's very easy on crime happen. You're 61% of the population. It's very easy to push that narrative to dummies. Violent crimes predominantly interracial, meaning most offenders target victims of the same race. According to the Bureau of Justice statistics, about 81% of white homicide victims are killed by white offenders. The Federal Bureau of Investigation tracks these statistics in multiple crime categories. More specific data can be found in the following resources. Homicide. Review the Bureau of Justice Statistics homicide victimization data for national breakdowns of and I'm going to share this with y'all so y'all can go look at it for yourself, all right? That way we ain't got to argue or none of that, whatever. You can look at the data for yourself. I'm going to put it right now in the community section, okay? So y'all can go see. But y'all just saw 81% Teddy Brooks shot. Y'all see what I did with? Come in my house and I talk it out the Rosclot. It's a scary business. And the roughest, toughest Jamaican this side of the states. I kill for fun. Hey, y'all been done. Yeah, Teddy Brooks shot. That's right, boy. Louis Rankin. He passed away. It's scary. That's why it's eerie to look at that scene now. Okay, y'all. So if y'all go right now, just hit my what's the name? Hit my what do you call it? My emblem. And then when you hit my emblem, slide the screen to the left. And what you're going to see a part that says post. Go right in that area right there where it says post, and you're going to see the demographics for yourself. 81% of white on white crime happens from whites, not blacks. They're lying to you. That's why I said, and whoever is doing this propaganda lying, one of the days you're going to have to answer to the FBI, CIA, or one of these agencies about your lying. And I just need the right senator, the right congressman to bring these demographics forward. Because what's happening is we got this, how can I say it? We got this section of white America that is making demographics, using old demographics. As you notice, listen to the top part of what this says when I read it. All right, listen, this is the data that you look for. Violent crime is predominantly intraracial. That means INTRA. These ignorant motherfuckers can articulate this. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, that is a federal data collection organization. About 81% of white homicide victims are killed by white offenders. These same racist whites don't tell you about how white criminals have increased substantially, specifically white males. You'll understand that that same white man that came in here didn't tell you about yesterday when they had a mass shooting down in Ohio. He didn't speak about the 4 out of the 14 men that were thwarted in a DOJ and FBI investigation and crackdown of 14 men in total that came from California, Nebraska, and Iowa and traveled to Washington, D.C. during the UFC fight to commit havoc. They were going to launch some drones, blow the drones up, wait for everybody to run out of the barricade off the White House lawn and start shooting at these people. They had purchased long rifles. They have this documented. They had purchased multiple rounds of ammunition. They have this documented. They got the drones still in their possession or whatever. And you have not heard one white person come online. This is the new propaganda from racist white Americans. And what we need right now is we need some intervention, because as they spread this is basically KKK recruitment online. Yeah, they are. They've taken to online now, and that's what I'm seeing. Like one of the places that they've taken the most steady at, and I believe, and this is my personal opinion, I believe at first I thought Elon Musk was a racist. Now I don't think he's a racist. I think what Elon is doing is he's basically playing the Pied Piper to the racists, meaning he'll throw up something racist and he wants to see who will respond to it. Once they respond to it, once he does is the data collection agencies come in, Department of Justice, FBI, and everybody else, and they look at all those names, because what I'm finding on Twitter and what I'm finding in another location too, which I'm not going to point that one out because I don't want to go on over there and add more people to it. But I don't go to Twitter too much no more, because every time, it's sad out here in New Hampshire, they are suffering. I live in one of the headed states in the country, New Hampshire, and my little brother live up in New Hampshire. As a matter of fact, I don't talk about my little brother too much on here, because if you fuck with him, I have to take your whole family out. But I can believe it. New Hampshire, let me tell you something. The drug dealers, there's a whole bunch of niggas that got have black babies up in New Hampshire and Maine. If you from 2000 to, I'm gonna say 97 through 2008, there's a whole bunch of half black babies that were born up in New Hampshire and Maine from niggas from New York and New Jersey and Massachusetts. This is word on everything. And the only niggas that was in the gang, Can't ask a black man. They will. But blacks will do the same thing. You can't ask blacks for nothing. You understand? Like, look, I'm not even asking nobody to donate to me. I just got the cash app up there in case somebody else from another what's name. But if you pay attention to me, I'm sitting here still defending these niggas. I just defended you with these demographics. Most of these motherfuckers can't even pull that out their ass. I know how to pull it out just like that. Most of these motherfuckers don't even understand the terminology intraracial, black or white. Intraracial means that it's violence that occurs and more preferably to occur between and amongst your own. You cannot hop online and count on or hope on everybody else being dumb. You understand what I'm saying? And not understanding what these what's the names mean, these terminologies mean, or these collections agencies mean. This data I got is from the Bureau of Justice Statistics. This is a part of the Department of Justice. Now you think I'm gonna let some ragtag ass white man that I don't even fucking know with a fake profile come on here and try to curb me from that? Now back to Elon Musk. I think him and the Department of War, I think what their job is to find out who these motherfuckers are. So as they sitting online trying to play reverse psychology with these fake demographics, don't give me demographics from 2014 and think that I don't know any better. When they split that shit and they talk about, oh, well, blacks are 13% of the population, but responsible for 50% of the crime. No, that was in 2014, motherfucker. Give me 2025 demographics. And that's what you need to say to them each time. Okay, give me 2025 demographics. Once you do that, and that's why they keep reverting back to that, is because of pure simple fact they will be embarrassed. Because as you see me read here, violent crime is predominantly intraracial, meaning most offenders target victims of the same race. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, 81% of white homicide victims are killed by white offenders. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, which is the FBI, tracks these statistics for multiple crime categories. More specific data can be found at the following resources. Homicide, review the Bureau of Justice Statistics homicide victimization data for national breakdowns of victim-offender relationships and demographics. Hate crimes. Now that's something that can be interracial. You understand what I'm saying? Being it goes between the races. Hate crime would have to, just by definition. Department of Justice hate crime statistics are a view of offense and data offender by race. And there's more demographics in this, and it's shared. So you can go look for yourself right now in a post in my community section, or it'll say post now. They renamed it. Go look at the demographics for yourself and you'll understand. Most of these people, what they'll do is they'll clip from some random source that they found, or some random person that they like, or whatever the case may be, that's a blogger, that's a racist blogger. And what they'll do is they'll sit there and they'll clip it or screenshot it and post it up. There's nothing attached to it, though. There's nothing from the FBI, CIA, anybody that can attribute it to these type of factors. You understand what I'm saying? So then that's where you have the problem. Anyway, that's my cut for taking up for black people today, because they don't donate to me and they're still over here flagging my channel even when I'm taking up for these dumb motherfuckers. So I am out.